Hello there, Liverpool fans. Back again with another video after the victory over Porto, in the Champions League quarterfinals. Yeah, we got the job done at Anfield, and the second leg was just, in my opinion, it was just a formality, really, for Liverpool to go to Portugal and to wait for our chances, basically, to take our chances and finish the tie off. And that's exactly what the team did, because the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, we weren't really in it, we weren't really playing well. The passes weren't coming off, the combinations, the defence was looking a bit shaky, I have to say. And yeah, but I mean, because Liverpool got the job done in the first leg, you always felt that Porto would have a bit of advantage in the second leg at their own stadium, And as soon as the Mane goal goes in the first half, you knew that Liverpool would win the game, would go on to win the game. And yeah, second half we blitzed them, we annihilated them because we had the opportunities. We knew that they would attack us. We knew that they would take risks, and it ended up costing them the game basically. And they got pummeled in the end, Porto, by Liverpool, 4-1, with Salah, Firmino, and also Van Dijk on the score sheet again, which is not a bad thing to have, really, because we need all our players chipping in with goals. At this vital stage of the season, we need everybody to do their best to score goals, to create chances, to come up with goals from corners or set pieces or free kicks, whatever it is. And especially in these kind of tough European matches away from home. And it was a very good showing in the second half. 45 minutes. We really could have scored more. We played a very good game second half in Porto, and we won the game 4-1, making it 6-1 on aggregate to Liverpool. So brilliant. Yeah, we're into the semis, the semi-finals, where we will play probably our toughest opponent. In the Champions League for a few years now. Barcelona, with the likes of Messi, Coutinho, Suarez, amongst others, Dembele and this and that. So it's going to be a very good, a very mouth-watering, but a very tough game for Liverpool against Barcelona. And but I think that defensively, sorry about that. Still trying to get rid of the cold, unfortunately. Yeah. Defensively, they look very dodgy, Barcelona. Defensively, if you can attack them, if you can put them under a sustained period of pressure, I think they're liable to concede goals. And they showed it in the previous rounds, even against United at Old Trafford, because United were not able to take advantage. That they put them under pressure at the Old Trafford game. But in Spain, they got walloped, of course, 3-0. But, the first leg in England at Old Trafford, they put them under some pressure. And they seem to be cracking under the pressure, Barcelona. At certain stages in the game, they couldn't handle it, they couldn't cope with it. So imagine what Liverpool can do to them. If we're able to play to our full potential, to our full quality on the night, then we can cause them many problems, and score a couple of goals, definitely, even in the Nou Camp, because it's a massive pitch, and we'll have space. We'll have space to pass the ball around, to play quick counter-attacks and catch them, basically, and get a couple of goals. And then bring them back for the second leg at Anfield. And then hopefully we can get through to the final to play either Ajax or Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur, can you believe it? What a game. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, I have to stand up and say that was an unbelievable game, man. Man City against Tottenham. It really was. I mean, the first 20 minutes of the game, it was already 3-2 to City. And I'm thinking by the time this game ends, it's going to be like 7-6, 5-6 or 7-6 or something like that. Some mad score, and it ended up being 4-3 to City with a disallowed goal right at the end. Raheem Sterling, the little snake, he was celebrating. He was off with all the fans, jumping up and down. You could see Pep Guardiola running down the fucking touchline as if the tie's finished, and he doesn't even bother to wait for the decision. Now, as soon as I saw the pass to Aguero. I knew it was offside because you can tell as soon as you look at the line, you can see Aguero is in front of the player, the Tottenham player, as he's trying to make a run into Tottenham's penalty area, and he passes it on to Sterling, who just goes past the defender and puts it into the corner. But I had a sneaky feeling that the referee, who is a very good referee by the way, Cüneyt Çakır, who is a Turkish referee, but he's one of the best in the world. He really is a quality referee, a very underrated referee in the world of football, and he gets most of the decisions correct, in all the matches that he's refereed in. And yeah, he comes up with a big call, really. I mean, I wouldn't like to be in his shoes because that was madness. I mean, in the 93rd minute, that's the difference between City going through and being eliminated. And that's what happened in the end. They got eliminated. They got knocked out because of that decision. And yeah, I mean, you have to take it on the chin, City, because... But the thing is with City, they keep claiming that they're a big club, that they're a massive club, and they do well in European football, but they haven't won anything in Europe, man. You've been under the leadership of Guardiola now for 3 or 4 seasons, and he hasn't even been able to get past the quarter-final of the Champions League. So how can you even claim that you're a big club? You're a European club, City. Please, don't make us laugh. Don't make your own supporters laugh as well. Now, hopefully, I'm praying to God that this has a knock-on effect to City, and they end up losing points in the league to Tottenham as well, which would be incredible. I mean, in the space of 3 or 4 days, they could virtually throw the Champions League and the Premier League, down the drain and give it to Liverpool. We've deserved to be at the top, Liverpool, but we have played a game more than them, and we're 2 points ahead. So any kind of loss of points for City will just take us into dreamland, really, Liverpool fans, and we'll be on cloud 9. We'll be flying in the air, So going into the Cardiff game on Sunday, it will be a massive, massive boost for Liverpool, confidence-wise, and belief-wise. Now, then we can start believing. Now we can start saying that if we win the Cardiff game, that's 4 points. We go 4 points ahead. If they lose to Tottenham, it will be 5 points, with only 3 games to go for us, and 4 points, 4 games for them. So I think it will be finished. Yeah, I think we've won the title. I really do. Some people might say to me, "You're speaking too early. You're going over the top. You're getting ahead of yourself." But we have to believe, man. If we don't believe, then what's the point? We have to believe that we're going to win the league, don't we? We've come all this way. We're at the top of the league with 4 games to go. So if we don't believe now, when are we going to believe? People are still telling us to be careful and to, not to go over the top, and because it could come back to bite you or whatever. So what, man? We have the belief. We deserve to be happy. We deserve to expect to win the Premier League title as Liverpool fans, and I'm sure that the team will do it. I really do. I'm really sure that they will do it. It's down to Tottenham. If they can show the same intensity, the same appetite as they had last start, the same hunger, and basically stifle City and try and get a point, because they need the points to qualify for Europe again, Tottenham, for next season. So I don't think that they're just going to go there and lie down for City anyway. The fact that they conceded 4 but they scored 3, so this shows me that City are liable to concede now. They look dodgy in defence. They look like they're cracking under the pressure, Manchester City, and yeah, hopefully they can do the same again at the Etihad and get a point, or even better, if they can win and then Liverpool beat Cardiff, my word, it's going to be 5 points, man. 5 points with 3 games to go. That should be the title there and there, then and there for Liverpool. That should be it. That should be the end of it, because after Cardiff we play Huddersfield, another 3 points. That should be. City have to go to Man United on the 24th. So imagine if they can't win the Tottenham game, even their morale is going to take even a bigger blow. Their confidence going into the Old Trafford game, and it's all panning out brilliantly for Liverpool. Everything seems to be aligning for us to win the league, and even the Champions League. Who knows? We could do the double. I mean, there was a geezer on YouTube who makes makes videos. His name is, I think his channel's name is Think Factory, and he stated at the beginning of the season that he thought that Liverpool would win the double Now, when I saw his video, his analysis of his prediction for the rest of the season, I was thinking to myself, this man is, he's going over the top. He's really, dreaming at the moment. He's having a laugh that we can win the double, but it's coming. It's nearly reality now. Really, with only a month or so to go to the end of the season, it's turning into reality. Really, it really is. I mean, I'm not even scared of Barcelona, to tell you the truth. Liverpool on their day can beat anybody over two legs. They proved it last season in the Champions League by getting to the final. So we can do it again. If we go to the Nou Camp, play our normal football and get a draw, or if we can get a couple of goals and then bring them back to Anfield, with that atmosphere, with that desire, that belief, and the special nights at Anfield, European nights, I think we can do them again. I really do. They have a very good team, Barcelona. Of course they do. Messi, Suarez, Coutinho, Dembele, this and that, Busquets. So they have a very strong team, but Liverpool have a very good team as well. And I don't think any team wants to play Liverpool in Europe. I really don't. Even the top teams don't want to play Liverpool because of what we did last season in the Champions League. The blistering football that we played and the amount of goals we scored, even this year. So, yeah. I think the first leg of the semi-final is on the 30th of April. So we could potentially have the Premier League title wrapped up by then. If we can win against Cardiff and Huddersfield, and City can lose a couple of points or maybe a point against Tottenham, that's it. I think we'll take it. We'll take the title. It's got to be done, This is a massive chance for Liverpool. I don't want to hear any more excuses, please. Our fan base, our the people that support the club, and this and that, people that are associated with the club, the players, they need to believe, man. You need to believe, and you need to grasp the opportunity. You need to take it, because we may not be in this situation next year. I've always said it in my analysis, in my videos. You don't know what's going to happen next season. Anything could happen. We could lose players, God forbid. We could become a completely different team next season. And of course, the other teams that were lower down the league this year are going to improve. They're going to buy better players. They're going to become stronger as a consequence to try and keep up with the top teams. The Liverpools, the Man Cities, and of course Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, and Arsenal are going to have to buy players to keep up with us. So next year is going to be very tough. We need to take it this season. We need to grasp that opportunity and take it and win the title, man. We won't get a better chance to win it, I'm telling you. We won't get a better chance. The performance of the team this season is unbelievable. It's unheard of, man, for Liverpool to go 34 games and we've only lost one game in the league, man. I've never seen it. In 31 years following Liverpool Football Club in the Premier League, I've never seen us play this well. Maybe in the 2008-2009 under Rafa and then the 13-14, but we always... In that season, we always looked like we could concede goals. We didn't look stable. Going forward, we were dynamite, Liverpool, in the 13-14 season. But defensively and in the goalkeeping department, we were dodgy. We always looked like we could concede a goal. We could always throw the game away. But now we don't look like that at all. We look like we're in total control. We look like we can, even if we turn up 50%, we can still win the games, against certain opposition. And... long may it continue. I've never seen Liverpool in this kind of situation, in this kind of quality team, quality results-wise and everything. Everything seems to be clicking, falling into place for Liverpool. So, yeah, that's about it, Liverpool. I just wanted to go over the Porto victory and, of course, the Chelsea. How can you forget the Chelsea victory, man? My words, what a victory. I mean, the goals that Mane and especially the Salah, what a goal. To control the ball and to just unleash a rocket with his left foot into the top corner. My words. And there's some idiots that were saying that the goalkeeper should have saved it. Are you mad? Any goalkeeper that tries to save that shot, their hand would have broke, man. It would have broken his hand. It was so powerful, man. It was so accurate and so powerful into the top corner. He's not even getting near to it. Because I saw the replay behind the goal. And it shows Kepa diving. He was at full stretch when he dived. And he was still nowhere near the ball. So he wouldn't have saved it. No keeper in the world would have saved it. It was so good. It was so accurate. Such a precise finish for Salah. And out of nowhere, because I just thought, when he got the ball, I saw Van Dijk pass to him, a long pass. I thought he was just going to control it and then play it into the middle of the pitch to a midfielder or something, and then we'd carry on the attack. But he caught everybody out. It was such a surprising shot, unexpected shot that even no one was expecting it. No one in the stadium could believe their eyes. What had happened? And it was unbelievable. The euphoria, the revenge for Salah, basically, what they did to him. You know, the racism, and they tried to belittle him. They tried to, take the piss, basically. Tried to say that he was a bomber and this and that, and proper racism, from the thugs, from some Chelsea thugs, racists. And this is the way that you shut them up, basically, by proving it on the pitch. I said this in one of my previous videos about black players as well. Don't let these people get you down. If you're a strong character, you're strong mentally, and you believe in your quality as a footballer, you make them pay on the pitch, man. You shut them up. And that's exactly what Salah done. And Chelsea fans now know that Salah is a great player. They now know that Salah is, they miss him, basically. They wish that they had a player like him in their team. Because the goal that he scored against them, they've never conceded that kind of goal for so many years, Chelsea. And for it to come from their former player, who was surplus to requirements at Chelsea, he wasn't even given a chance, basically, by Mourinho. And look at him now. Look at how he's flying. He's probably one of the best players in the world now, Salah, without a doubt. And what a goal, what a finish. And that's it. We win the game 2-0. So we stay at the top of the league. After City had, earlier in the day, City had beaten Crystal Palace to go back top again, 3-1. I was expecting Palace to put up a bit of a resistance at Selhurst Park, but after the first 5 or 10 minutes, I could tell that they're not bothering Palace. They gave up, basically. They didn't even bother to challenge City, and it was only going to go one way, because with the quality that City have got going forwards, Palace can't deny them for 90 minutes. If you don't fight fire with fire, then you're not going to do anything in the game. You're not going to actually get anything from the game, not even a point. So they got it back to 2-1 in the final minutes, but it was from a free kick, so I don't think they deserved that goal, really, Palace. But so they won the game 3-1. Sorry about that. And we had to go out and beat Chelsea on the same day. And having to play last is always difficult for any team, because you watch all your opponents, all the teams that you're trying to overtake, or you're trying to catch them up, and you see them winning games, and then you have to go out onto the pitch and perform. And we had to play one of a quality team in the Premier League, Chelsea. Despite them not having the best of seasons, the squad of players that they have, the quality of players that they have in their team is still one of the best in the league, definitely, on their day. I think that the manager hasn't got the best out of them, Sarri, because this is a quality team. It really is. I mean, look at the names: Willian, Hazard, N'Golo Kante. Great players all round. Gonzalo Higuain. These are quality players, man. And most teams don't have these players. Cesar Azpilicueta, Kepa, the goalkeeper. It's a very good team. It really is. And to see Liverpool just smash them 2-0. After 2-0, we were rampant. We could have got more. We really could have got more. But they had that spell, that 5 to 10 minute spell where they had a couple of chances through Eden Hazard. And I think we panicked in that moment. We seemed to panic a bit. And because of the cheers from the crowd and the euphoria after the 2-0, I think it got to the players a bit, and they started to wobble a bit in defence. And they started to give the ball away. And it culminated with Hazard missing the first chance where he hit the post. Thankfully, it came back and we cleared it. And the second chance where he gets a pass into the penalty area and takes the shot, and Alisson saves. So it was a very nervous 5 or 10 minutes. But after that, we controlled the game totally, and we deserved the 3 points. Nobody can say anything different. Any Chelsea fans or any other fans of other teams can't say anything about that game. We deserve to win it. All hands down, So, so we go into the Cardiff game on a Sunday now. Another 4 p.m. kickoff, I think, or 4:30. And City play Tottenham again on a Saturday. It's an early kickoff, 12:30. So hopefully the elimination from the Champions League, that dent in their confidence, in their morale, can carry on into Saturday, because it's only 3 days after the game. You know, they played on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 3 days after. So they're still going to be thinking about that game. And if they try to come out for revenge against Tottenham, Tottenham can pick them off and beat them again, in my opinion, because they're going to be shaky, City, and they're going to be desperate to win the game, because they know that they can't afford even a draw now. They need to win all their games to have any chance of overtaking Liverpool. Of course, we've played a game more, but we're 2 points ahead, which always gives us confidence going into the rest of the season. And it always puts pressure on City. You know, I know that the mainstream media try to portray as if Liverpool are under pressure, but they're not. City are the ones under pressure. And they were boasting so much, the media, the analysis videos and journalists and this and that, talking about the Champions League. Oh, City are a great team. They're going to destroy Tottenham. They're going to put them to the sword. What happened then? You know, you speak too early. You speak as if you know the result before the game has even started. And then when they get knocked out, you start to come up with all these excuses and all these, theories that they were unlucky and this and that. They weren't unlucky. Tottenham deserved to go through, man. Tottenham beat them in the first game at White Hart Lane, the new stadium. And then they beat them, they got the result they needed at the Etihad. So don't be telling me that it was lucky. It wasn't lucky. Tottenham deserved to go through, man. All ends up. Because City score goals, because they pass the ball around, all of a sudden they're the best team. Liverpool do the same. But when it comes to Liverpool, they say, oh, Liverpool are struggling to get over the line. They're winning games, but they're struggling. They're making it hard for themselves. Liverpool haven't lost a single game, man, for 5 months. 5 months, 4.5 months in the league. And you're talking bollocks. Since the City game, we haven't lost a single game, man. Since the start of the season, in fact, we haven't lost a single game. Only one game to City. And that was unlucky. 2-1 at the Etihad. We should have got a draw from that game, at least. And, so the media, are, what the media are like, because they're under the payroll of the Arabs. They try to big City up, basically, and make out as if they're the greatest team that has ever existed in the history of football. And this and that. They're going to win the quadruple. It's going to be unbelievable, unprecedented, and this and that. They try to big them up. And now they've got nothing to go for. They've only got the double. The League Cup they won, that was lucky as well. They won it on penalties against Chelsea. And now they've got an FA Cup final against Watford. That's not even guaranteed. They could lose that game, And in the league, they're looking very dodgy, because if they don't get a result on Saturday against Tottenham, they could throw the league away and Liverpool take it. So, yeah, good. They deserve to fall away, City, because that money doesn't buy success. You need to work hard for success. You need to deserve it step by step over a long period of time. And people were saying that they actually bought success, City, and it's the truth, isn't it? Because it's the same with Chelsea. Chelsea have bought success, because before Roman Abramovich came to Chelsea, they were nowhere. They were nothing in the league, Chelsea. They were a mid-table team. And they had the odds, cup run, getting to the final of the FA Cup or this and that. But they were not a good team, man, Chelsea. And when he bought the club, Abramovich, they started to win trophies. They started to be successful. And it's the same with City, because City were nowhere as well 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And, they don't deserve it, in my opinion. They don't deserve to be successful. And they have breached financial fair play regulations, Manchester City. They have. UEFA will punish them eventually. If they have the bottle, if they have the courage, they will, ban them from the Champions League, or not allow them to make transfers, or even give them a points deduction, because there's dodgy things going on in the background, I'm telling you, with City. And it's all being covered up because of the money of their owners. And eventually this will all come out in the end, and everyone will see City for what they are. They will see the truth, and they will start to realise how they're winning games, how they're being successful. Basically, it's all down to the money. It's all down to the flow of money that they keep getting from these Arabs, these billionaires, and it's not fair on the rest of the teams in the league, man. Because this is the Premier League, England's top division. You need to have competition. We need to have, teams, different teams challenging for the title every year. If it's just the same team every season, then it's going to turn into a shit league, isn't it? Like the French league or the Italian league or the Spanish league. So we don't want that to happen in England anyway. Hopefully UEFA do punish them and FIFA, and they actually have the bottle to give them a ban or to throw them out of the Champions League. They're not going to win it anyway. Even in this season, they were not able to get through the quarter-final. They're not going to win it, in my opinion. They're not good enough to win the European Cup, City. And yeah, so as I said before, Liverpool fans, we go on to the Cardiff game on Sunday, and it should be another 3 points. Now, Cardiff, I think, won their game in hands against Brighton. They had another game to play during the week. I think it was on Tuesday, one day before we played in the Champions League. They went to Brighton, and I think they won the game 2-0. So I think they're only 2 points behind Brighton now, Cardiff. They're in the final relegation position, but they could overtake Brighton. If Brighton lose again and Cardiff win, then Brighton drop into the relegation zone. So they're going to be up for it. There's no doubt about it. Cardiff are going to be up for the Liverpool game. But with the quality we have, with the form that we're in, we should be winning that game. There's no excuses for Liverpool. We should go there and win the game. Another 3 points. And that should be the end. If City lose points this weekend to Tottenham, that should be the end. Liverpool should be champions of the league. We should declare our, winning the title, basically. That should be the end of it. Done and dusted, finished, And then the following week we play Huddersfield at Anfield on a Friday night. So it's all looking very good for Liverpool. Another 3 points. And that'll finish it off completely. And, we'll have 2 weeks left in the league to just pick up the points and finish it off, against Newcastle away and then Wolves at home. City will be in turmoil because they've been knocked out of the Champions League in such a terrible fashion that it will affect them mentally. Their confidence will be affected severely by that defeat. And then if they can't pick up anything on Saturday in the league against Tottenham, my words, that's it. They're finished. Their season is over. And they only have the FA Cup final to go for. I don't care about that, man. Let them win it, As long as we win the Premier League, I don't really care what trophy they win. Let them win the League Cup and the FA Cup. If we win the Premier League and the Champions League, now that is an historic season. That is a great season that no team can achieve, man. Hasn't achieved for many years, And that will be recorded as one of our best seasons since the beginning of the club in 1892. It will be one of our best. It really will. Points-wise, the amount of points that we've picked up, the way that we've gone through the rounds in European football as well, going to Bayern Munich winning, going to Porto winning, outstanding performances, beating the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, Napoli in the group stages. We've had to play some very good teams. And, Klopp has got the team, on form now. He's starting to play players that deserve to be in the team. This was my main criticism of him earlier in the season, in the middle of the season, because he wasn't using Fabinho. He wasn't using Keita. And look at Henderson now. Henderson is being played further upfield in midfield. And look at the amount of chances that he's creating for the strikers. Even in the Chelsea game, he set Mane up, man, in the penalty area. I've never seen Henderson do that for so many years, And then he goes and does it last night again in the Porto game to set up Firmino for the third goal. So, with an outstanding cross straight onto Firmino's head, and he puts it away. And that's the end of the game. This is what Henderson can do. This is the quality that he has, but he hasn't been utilised properly. Klopp has played him in the wrong position, man. We've been saying it for the entire season, and it seems to have clicked now. Klopp seems to have got the message from somewhere. He seems to have figured out that Henderson is better going, further up the pitch, helping the attack, rather than trying to do defensive work in the midfield and just not contributing anything, just playing it sideways or backwards. So it's all looking very good, Liverpool fans. Thank you again for watching my latest video. Please like, subscribe to the channel, make your comments in the comment section below. It's going to be very much appreciated. And we go on. We go again at Cardiff. And this could be a very pivotal week in our season, man. It could mean us winning the Premier League title. Do we know? You know, do we realise where we are? Do we realise what's about to happen? You know, if City lose points and we win at Cardiff, the points gap goes to 4 or even 5. If they lose, it goes to 5, man, with 3 games to go. So that's the end. We win it. We win the Premier League title, in my opinion. And long may it continue, Liverpool fans. We've waited a long time. 29 years for that Premier League title, man. For that trophy. We've waited a long time. We deserve it, you know. We deserve it this season. The outstanding season that we've had, we deserve to win it. No media or no ex-footballers, you know, journalists can deny Liverpool that they deserve to win the league title. City are a good team. We admit that they're a good team, but they have to admit that Liverpool are a good team. And to close the gap of 25 points in one season is an unbelievable achievement from Liverpool. This time last season, the league was already finished. It had been finished by, you know, Christmas. By January, City had won it. So to close that gap and to win it over City this year will be a monumental achievement for Liverpool. If any other team had done it, I would have applauded them as well. Because to be closing such a massive gap in 1 year over your nearest rival and to take the title off them, you know, you have to applaud that team. You have to big them up, you know. You have to say that they deserve it. And let's see what the media say after that anyway. I don't care what they say, man. If Liverpool win the title, I don't care what anyone says. It will just go through one ear and then come out the other ear. I won't even take any notice of it. You know, I'll be so happy. I'll be so relieved. I'll be so ecstatic that we've won the title or even the Champions League that the summer we'll be on cloud nine, man. We'll be in dreamlands. You know, we won't even know what we're doing. We won't even know where we're going. We'll be so happy. So you know, the achievements that we've done this season, the success that we've had, that it won't even matter what other people are saying anymore, you know. So anyway, Liverpool fans, not to keep you too long because I have a bit of a sore throat as well still. Haven't fully recovered the bloody flu, man. How many times? 3 times I've called it now. In the space of a few months, this is the third time that I've been affected, man. And this time it lasted the longest, you know, 2 weeks virtually I've been suffering. Now it's starting to become better, but I don't want to, you know, go over the top and then make it worse again, my throat. So thank you again, Liverpool fans, for watching the video. Keep the belief and be happy, be ecstatic because Liverpool are about to achieve great things, man. We're on the cusp of achieving great things, of winning the Premier League title, of going to the final of the Champions League, or even winning that cup as well, which will be revenge for last season because I really feel that we should have won it last season against Real Madrid. But because of our dodgy goalkeeper, Loris Karius, we ended up throwing it away. And they took it again, Real Madrid. They took the European Cup. So this is a great opportunity. You know, either Ajax or Tottenham in the final. We can beat both of these teams, right? We can beat Barcelona. If we can beat Barcelona, I'm not even worried about Ajax or Tottenham in the final. If we're able to beat this Barcelona team with the quality that they have, then Liverpool will win it, I feel. We'll take the trophy in the final. I have no doubt. So we're going to see anyway. The main objective now is to get the league done and dusted, hopefully by the 25th of April, before the first leg of the semi-final against Barcelona. If we can get it finished, the league, and win it, then anything is possible. You know, we can win the Champions League as well with that euphoria, with that confidence, that morale going into the final, the semi-final. We can go on and win that as well. I have no doubt about it. So anyway, Liverpool fans, up the mighty Redmen. Another 3 points at Cardiff, hopefully, and City to drop points again to Tottenham because, you know, they lost in the Champions League. They're eliminated, and it's happy days, man. Happy days for Liverpool Football Club. It's been a long time in coming. We've deserved it, man. This fan base, this club has deserved it, you know, this season. And it's about to come into fruition. It's about to happen. So we wait to see, Liverpool fans. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Have a good week, rest of the week. And long may it continue. And we go on to win the Premier League title. Come on, you Reds.